leaving by policemen. Multiple people are dead or injured in the Canadian city of Vancouver after a vehicle was driven into a crowd at a Filipino street festival. Police say they're investigating a mass casualties incident, but they've not given any more details. They've arrested a 50-year-old Vancouver man, initially taken into custody by people at the scene. They say the man is known to them but did not elaborate. The Vancouver Sun says thousands of people have been in the area. It is told that a fire sparked by a huge explosion at one of Iran's biggest container ports has risen to at least 25 people. 800 people were injured in the blaze, believed to have been caused by containers with chemicals. An early childhood studies professor says requirements for qualified ECE teachers should be strengthened, not weakened. Regulation Minister David Seymour has proposed amending legislation from 15 recommendations made to the Minister. One recommendation called for greater flexibility in workforce qualifications, as some services struggle to find enough qualified teachers. Victoria University Professor Carmen Daly says qualified teachers are essential for a child's learning.
Qualified staff know a lot about child development, they know a lot about curriculum, they know the importance of relationships. And when you qualify, you understand that what you're doing and what you've been doing is essential to not just the present of those children, but for the future.
Carmen Daly says ECEs should stick to a plan to have 100% of teachers qualified. The recovery mission is expected to get underway later tonight to salvage the luxury super yacht Bayesian, which sank off Sicily last year, killing its owner, British tech tycoon Mike Lynch, and 6 other people. What caused the yacht to sink remains unclear, and criminal investigations are continuing. The BBC's Paul Moss has more details. This would be a technical challenge anyway, raising a 180-foot yacht from the seabed. But with the cause of the Bayesian sinking still a mystery, the recovery needs to be completed without causing any damage to the boat's structure, so that investigators can then examine it in forensic detail. It was a top-of-the-range vessel. The marine experts insist it should have been able to withstand any storm, certainly not sinking as quickly as it did. The operation to lift it is expected to take several weeks. The attempt to establish what went wrong that night last August seems likely to last far longer. The party has started for Auckland FC players after they lifted the Premier's plate for winning the A-League Men's Premiership. The players were presented with the trophy after beating Perth Glory 1-0 at Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland tonight. While they still have another match before the finals begin, they were assured of winning the plate after second-place Melbourne City drew 0-0 to Adelaide United last night. Coach Steve Corico told Sky Sport it was a special moment for the club, which is in its inaugural season.
Great atmosphere here again in the stadium. They've been awesome all season, and if you bring it away, I think we're on our home game.
Auckland FC's final match of the regular season is against Western United in Melbourne on Saturday. And that's the news.
Evening from the
I think that Minister Bishop arguably is pursuing the most progressive reforms across the coalition government right now. I'll ask you a question. If I was to accuse you of being a NIMBY, what would your response be? I'm sorry, not being unkind on
Football acceptance with RNZ National. And you're listening to RNZ National. We're on the online, we're on the mobile, or marketplace, and you can get more on the stories at rnz.co.nz. Now, the short forecast has just been released about 20 minutes ago from mid-service to midnight Monday. Now, for Northland, Auckland, Coromandel and Bay of Plenty, periods of rain, heavy at times, with isolated thunderstorms and downpours possible. Waikato, Waitomo, Taupo, also Gisborne, mostly cloudy with showers easing tomorrow afternoon or evening. Taranaki and Tamariki, very happy in Hawke's Bay. Mostly cloudy with isolated showers, turning to rain for a time tomorrow morning and in the afternoon. Finally, for Wellington, also woken up on fine tonight, cloudy periods tomorrow, isolated showers possible from the afternoon. Nelson, Buller, Grey, Westland, also Marlborough, clouds increasing tomorrow morning, isolated showers about Western clearing tomorrow afternoon. For Canterbury, Otago and Southland, mostly fine overnight. The odd shower for Stewart Island, rain developing in Southland and Clutha tomorrow morning and scattered falls elsewhere from the afternoon. Fiordland, rain clearing tomorrow evening. Chatham Islands, a few light showers, clearing tomorrow. This is RNZ National. It is 6 minutes past 8, and we'll have more news for you at 9 o'clock. My apologies once again for that. I tried to switch the microphone off and on again quickly, but I've gotten all out of whack, so my apologies there. People have been writing in and enjoying the story of Pope Francis, and also enjoying the Righteous Brothers, which was nice, and that song from 1965. I played that because we're going to be featuring 1965 after 9, which is mentioned before, to be the three things that came and saw and conquered. When I went here back in 1965, and people still probably remember that. Mind you, it is 60 years ago this year. Now, there's a question here from Claire, will there be a reference to killing whales in the documentary? Well, I haven't actually heard the Friday documentary, but I'm sure that I think the topic will be raised, but I'm sure it will be in good taste. It's from RNZ. I'm really enjoying the program, and wondering what the song before the 7 o'clock news was, and it's more in the Christchurch. Well, it was by a Kiwi by the name of Red Fountain, one of the largest, and from an album called How Love Bends. The song was called Nothing Like. So there we go. That was what we featured just before 7. I hope you are still listening to get that message this morning. Now it's 7 minutes after 8. It's Sunday night. My first day in for Phil O'Brien and having the night off. Obviously, there's no offer to work at night, so that can be tough. And good people weekend off every so often. Although it was here last night, of course, working really hard. Now coming up is documentary, so we'll just introduce that now. This documentary, well, it's short, but it's basically the introduction of the first featured tonight on our Sunday night retro shows. Hi, and welcome along. And on the program, we're going to hear brief from Peter Ferrano reflecting on what it was like to be a third generation whaler. Of course, that whaling station is still there with the remains of it. Just at the head of Tory Canal, if you've ever taken a run on the Israel Island, as I have done recently on a number of occasions, or the Blue Bridge. Then you'll see it as if you're heading towards Auckland, just after you head through the head through Tory Channel, or if you go the other way, of course, it's on your left as you go out. So that's a documentary coming up very shortly. Ray Howman will talk to Elwood Owen about his early life. Now, this is a documentary going back a number of years, and it will feature